What's up Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to upgrade the intercooler and some piping on the Ng9-5. And if you have followed me on social media, you would have seen a post on Instagram just 1 week ago or something like that, where I got a couple of boxes from Do88. And today we are going to install some of them. As soon as I start to work in the garage, it just gets messy straight away. So here is the interior, which I switched out just a couple of days ago for the Aero interior, which came out super. Now is the next modification, and this is a modification that I wanted to do last year when I built the car, but a lot of stuff with COVID hitting, or being the end of COVID, things being stuck, and Do88 had some issues getting this production or the parts delivered, but now they have got everything and it's back in stock, and it should be quite a dramatic upgrade to the intercooler and the piping that's already there. So this kit is, the intercooler is the same for the Turbo6 and the Turbo4. It fits both of them. Just a couple of different things that you need to change, but it's all in the description that you get. And here you can see some of the advantages over the OE. So 81% greater volume, 16% larger frontal area, which we will see when we remove it. We should just compare them. And 21% better airflow. That's quite a dramatic change. And also lower the intake temperature, which will be pretty good because it's getting hot outside right now. So in this case right here, I have already started a little bit. As you can see, it doesn't come like this from Do88. But behind all this packaging material and installation instruction, you got some clamps, you got the big black intercooler, and inside here we have some of the other stuff, because I ordered some stuff for the rear wheel drive build as well. But I think this is the piping kit for the intercooler. Here I think we have, it might be the intake kit, because I went full send. I got everything except the water hose, which they have as well. And here is the intake kit with the BMC air filter, and you should see how it looks right now, because I think the rest of these pipings and clamps are for the rear wheel drive build. So I think we got everything here, and of course installation instructions for everything, and it should be quite straightforward. So I have started by just removing the front bumper, which is quite an easy job. It just sits with some T20 Torx up all the way around here. Then you have some E12 Torx underneath that you need to undo. Then you got the hose for the washer fluid. I've had the front bumper on a repair, so I have not filled up the washer fluid again, so that's why it's empty. So now we got to remove these plastic air ducts that we got right here, or here we have the air duct, to be able to access these bolts that sit beneath, so we can remove the crash bar. Then it should be just to move the radiator to the side, and then we should be able to access the intercooler, which is sandwiched in between this package right here. And I stored away the front bumper right here because it's quite an expensive piece. But to undo it, the easiest way, just unplug this hose for the washer fluid. It just sits with a clip, then you can pull it out. And of course take up the washer fluid. Then you have one connector that you need to undo. Then everything could stay in. So you don't have to like disassemble all the connectors that you could find. Just leave it like it is. So now we will start by trying to remove the crash beam.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quite so thirsty, I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it, it's been chronic, since I was a boy so neurotic and chaotic. Oh.
So now we could actually see and access the intercooler. So now I think the instruction says that you should secure the condenser so it just won't fall down, but it sits tight to the lines. So what we could do now, I think this is the one that should be popping out, and then we could, I guess we could remove the clamps for the intercooler and then gently just swap out the intercooler and start with all of the pipings. Here is my old homemade intake kit. You can see it's a little bit of haggard racing, but one of the sensors sits right here screwed into the filter. You have a zip tie right here to bend it to the side. It's not like optimal. You can see here it interferes a little bit with the piping, but I got this nice carbon fiber heat shield, so it works. It really works, but I think the new one will be more sophisticated and more nice. And of course this piping gotta go and be exchanged. You can see how thin this is. It's just insane. How could this flow any air at all? What I've done right now is remove this one, just pop them out of the plastic clips, secured it with a zip tie so it sits, and I undid the clamps for the intercooler, and it's kind of a like V-bend type of clamp, but now it's off. So we should be able to just pry this out. And just lift it up. So here we have the new intercooler, and here is the old one. And you can definitely feel and see a big difference. So this one is very light, no material at all. This is like thick aluminum, so this will withstand a lot of power and high flow. And what we are doing now is we are reusing the seal that's on the pipe right here. So this goes in right here, and then you are reusing the old clamp to clamp this together. Then you will put the hose onto this flange right here and it will sit nice and tight. On this side I have already done it, so it sits really nice. And I have also disassembled all the other piping. You see the one that goes to the turbo and the one that goes to the intake manifold, and here we have them side by side, so a lot thicker all the way. And you can see where it gets thick and then small. Like here is really tiny on the stock one. On the Do88 it keeps the thickness all the way. And same goes for this piping right here. It goes from pretty thick to small and then a little bit bigger again. And here you have an even size all the way. And this is aluminum piping, powdered coated, it's black, so it's really nice finish to it. And you just transfer over this sensor right here with the screw that are attached in the kit. The intercooler is installed together with all the piping. Looks really solid and really nice. It's a little bit clamp on clamp action, but that's the way it's designed. And I love this type of clamp because this can't split. It's like a V-band that's kept together. And it really is a lot thicker and it fills out the area a lot better. The finish on the piping is just so beautiful and everything comes together really nicely, so no big issues really. So now we are going to continue with the intake system, and we also have the new air filter with the heat shield. So I removed my old one, the carbon fiber one. I will save this for later, maybe I will use it again, but now here it's going to be a little bit tight of space, so we will see, but I think we will manage.
All I want
everything installed, and this looks magic. This looks really fresh, and just by the look of this I can judge that this will perform a lot better. The old piping was like wavy all the way. Now we have like a smooth, clean transition into the turbo. And I think the owner that I bought the car from said that he once changed the turbo because it went bad, but I reckon the intercooler and the piping wasn't cleaned, so when you have pushed the car really hard you could smell like burnt oil, and I found a lot of oil in the hose and the piping that I removed right now. Now everything is perfectly cleaned. I felt the turbo in it, it feels good. Now we got the new air filter and the new heat shield. I think this will perform a lot better than the old setup. So now I will just quickly wrap this up. So I got the front back on, all the ducting and everything. It's just the reverse process by removing it. Something is not correct because it's not kicking into boost at all. So my guess is that I got maybe the air mass meter on the wrong way. Could be, because this is not correct. It doesn't go into boost. So I went back home and I found the fault straight away. It was two pipes that were sitting too close together. So one of the sensor that measures the air pressure or whatever wasn't connected to the air. And now we got boost. And it moves really nice. So it's hard to say this quick, but it feels like a lot more responsive. Before it was a little bit sluggish on low RPMs, but now you get connection straight away. So I'm not gonna do too much filming right now. I just wanted to see that everything works, comes into boost and moves really nice. So we will do a lot more trying it out on the roads a little bit later. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will link to all the products that I was using in this video will be linked down to in the description down below. And big thanks to Do88, big thanks to Isak Edman for always supporting my builds. Always a pleasure to do business. A big shout out to my wife that is supporting me in all this, because when you start a job like this, I thought it would take like 2 to 3 hours. It ended up being 6 hours in total with all the filming and everything, so I love you. And I hope you stand out with me a little bit more. Otherwise, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, it means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!